What was some of the most shocking stuff that like popped up? Because I mean, every guy that I've talked to that's gone through the divorce machine is always like, well, never saw that one coming. And it's not always the same thing for every guy. I'm just wondering what yours was.
Oh, there were several. I think the first one was certainly the infidelity, but that, believe it or not, that really didn't bother me. I'm like, whatever. But now it started to bother me a little bit as I looked back at 5 years of medical claims and discovered that she pretty much had every STD out there. She had prescriptions for antibiotics, 23
Oh,
prescriptions.
she was getting scripts for everything that she could cure.
Yeah, 23 prescriptions for antibiotics in a 45-month period. So one every 2 months.
Holy
And
smokes.
and again, I'm in the pharmaceutical industry, and many of these medications I had to look up and go, what's this? What's it? Oh, this is for vaginal burning and itching. Oh my God, she had 12 prescriptions for yeast infections. And I'm like, so that became laughable to me. I think the thing that shocked me the most that I discovered first was there were 2 prescriptions in her pharmacy claims. Again, going back 5 years, so I had massive amounts of pharmacy claims to look at. That I discovered those the day after she dropped the grenade on me about the herpes thing, because I'm like, well, shit, I should look at her pharmacy claims. If she's got herpes, she's got to be on something. And
Wow.
I found 2 pharmacy claims every month going back 5 years that were marked private. The rest of them, it would tell you what the medication was. It never tells you in the claim who wrote it. But I worked with our insurance company and finally got to the right person and said, look, I'm paying all the medical bills. I'm the primary card holder. I want to know what these prescriptions are, and I want to know who's writing them. That shocked me when I discovered the Adderall and the Adderall XR, because we spent, I don't know how much money going to cardiologists because she was having significant cardiac issues. She had two or three stroke-like, and I use stroke-like in parentheses because it ultimately wasn't a stroke, but she had what they call a cerebral vascular event. She had 2 of them during our marriage, but yet never told anybody that, oh, by the way, I'm on 2 different strengths of amphetamines.
So that was a result of the meds that she was on,
Ab-
some of
ab-
which was to deal with her anxiety and some of which was to deal with the STDs she kept getting.
yeah, yeah.
For 5 years. I mean, she was obviously cheating on you for a few years then.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And it might have been throughout our entire marriage. I don't know.
Did you ever just throw up your hands and just say, fuck it, I'm out?
I should have done that after I got out of the psychiatric facility. But again, I say I'm glad that I didn't, because I mean, the good Lord wanted me to hang on for something, but I'm glad that I didn't, because the third gift may never have been revealed. The herpes may never have been revealed. I believe she contracted, well, my STD expert who wrote the CDC guidelines for treating STDs. We found this guy. I won't tell you where we found him, but he was close enough to where I live. Sidebar on this a little bit, because it's not in the book, to protect his identity a little bit. But when I meet with him to go over the results and to talk about things, he's like, yeah, my now ex-wife did this to me too. I said, what do you mean? He said she was accusing me of having affairs when she was screwing a guy in Chicago and screwing a guy in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Mhm.
And he says, she's crazy. And I said, are you saying that diagnostically, or are you just being flippant? And he said, no, she's got borderline personality disorder. And I'm like, oh my God, that's what they think my now ex-wife has.
Yeah, well, I mean, you read it my chapter. When you've got
Yeah.
BPD, you tend to act out in such a way to ensure abandonment's going to happen, right? To,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.